Hello there, this is Barney Murray of Good News Tucson TV, and I am here today with Don Wyndham of the International Children's Network. Welcome, Don.
Thank you.
Welcome
so
to
much.
Tucson.
Yes, thank you. It's a beautiful city.
Thank you.
So, yes.
Thank you. A little warm for you.
It's warm, yeah. The kids, it's even warmer than Africa.
Really?
So yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you are traveling,
Right.
And what brought you to Tucson?
Well, we have a schedule with Matsiko, and so some of the wonderful churches, also the Awakening Conference, the Wills family brought us here, and we can't be more happy.
Okay. What does Matsiko mean?
Matsiko means hope. It's from the tribe of Acholi in Uganda, northern Uganda, where the war was actually happening. So it's most appropriate because that was the word they used a lot to get through that war. And, so we applied that to this group as well.
Okay, great. So where do the kids come from?
Well, these kids come from Chivay, or Yanque, Peru, which is about 13,000 feet up in the Andes Mountains. And
Who's from there?
who's from there? Who's from?
I'm from Peru.
Yeah.
About half the group.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then the other is from Monrovia, Painesville area, and that's in Liberia, West Africa.
Okay, who's from there? All right.
That's right.
All right.
And that country was founded by former slaves of the U.S. From President Monroe, and that's how they got their name, Monrovia. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the history, how Matsiko came into being and where it evolved from.
Matsiko actually is an outgrowth of International Children's Network. International Children's Network sponsors orphan and at-risk kids to give them the chance to go all the way through the university. It's been now about 10 years, and we have heart surgeons, doctors, teachers, lawyers, mechanics, engineers, and those children who are now grown-ups go back to their villages and help children who are in the same condition as they are. There's about 600 million orphan and at-risk kids in that condition. No hope, nothing. So because of that, we thought, what better way to have America understand this problem than to form a choir of children from around the world. And so Matsiko, the idea was about 2004, and we thought we would bring them on, and it started in 2008. So these are children that their government cannot believe they're so talented.
Right.
And so they just can't believe it's a product of that. These kids at one time had no hope, and now their government actually wants them. They can't be adopted, and they are future leaders of their country, and they are now perpetuating that cycle of not only hope, or Matsiko in that case, but empowerment as opposed to dependency and that severe poverty.
Okay, that is a wonderful thing, and I've seen the kids perform, and I can see the jubilation in them. But for the sake of our audience, you used the word orphan and at risk.
Yeah.
Could you define for that what that means?
Sure. Orphan is a child who doesn't have a parent of any kind, a mother or a father. And in their countries, there's nothing for them. They have to fend for themselves. They have to find somebody who might be interested in caring for them. The at-risk child is also the child that can go into child trafficking. At-risk is from a family that cannot take care of the children. Many of these kids, they might eat dry rice once a day because they can't afford to cook it. So the families can't fend for the children. So for all intents and purposes, they are orphaned as well. So that's the word we coined to describe that type of a child.
Okay. How do you go about finding the children to participate in the choir?
You know, it's so easy. There are so many orphan and at-risk children around the world. There's 600 million, roughly 1/10 of the world's population. If they held hands, they'd circle the globe over 18 times. It's difficult here in the United States, but when you go into the country, into Liberia or into the mountains of Peru, they are literally looking for you. And so we find good organizations that we can partner with, so that we can then identify those children, bring them in, and then start the process of trying to get sponsors so that these kids can go to school, because in their country, going to school costs money. They can't afford it. So actually they have people keeping children out of the schools. Here we have people keeping them in the schools. There they have people keeping them out. And these kids, many of them, in fact all of them from Liberia, have been what they call chased from school, where they don't have the money, so they get kicked out. And these kids have climbed the fences, done whatever it took to get into school. So to have a sponsor, and then the knowledge of knowing that they're going through the university is like winning the lottery. So these kids can't be more happy, and their desire is to try to get children like them that chance and opportunity as well.
So once they go through the program, they go back to their home country and serve.
Right, that's right. And kids look at them differently. These are like the Mouseketeers of their country. They watch how they move, they watch how they talk, and they are great leaders. So it's a huge honor.
So you're good performers. I've seen you perform. So you're good kids too?
Yes.
I should have known that was going to
Yes,
be the answer. Okay, so tell us about your trip here. What are some of the favorite or things did you do while you were here today in Tucson?
Who was that? Okay, this is Faith.
Faith?
We
You have to talk loud.
We went to swim.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Swim. What else?
what else do you guys like to do?
We love to play game,
Oh,
Games.
like what?
like slapping games.
Games they invented.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see your hand.
What else?
And we love to, we love in this area. You have lots of fun places to go to. Like we go to Chocolate Cheese. We go to
You went to Chuck E. Cheese?
yes.
Yeah.
We went to Sea World and see lots of fun things. Yes, and we also went to the Grand Canyon.
We went to the Grand. I haven't been to the Grand Canyon.
See? Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And to go to a buffet, can you imagine? They've never been able to eat, well, they eat chicken once a year, so for Christmas. So to eat too much food, I don't think, have you ever eaten too much food in your life?
No.
So to go to a buffet and to see all the food and drinks, what do you guys think of that even? yeah, it's great. Yeah.
So if you could talk to America's kids, what would you tell them?
The American kids is spoiled.
The American kids are spoiled.
How's that?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. What else?
They are lucky.
They're lucky. Yeah. What else?
Go ahead. Yeah.
They are blessed with school.
They're blessed with school.
Yes.
That's very important. I teach school, and you're absolutely right. As I look at you guys and hear about what you're going through, and when I have to ask kids to come to class, I don't think they really get it.
Yeah.
What else?
Everyone, the kids in America is the friends that Mexico.
Friends of Mexico?
Yeah.
Matsiko.
Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, they're friends of Matsiko.
Oh, okay. Exactly. Okay. So if you were to, for the people in our audience, we need to know, what do you need from us as far as support, and what is your contact information if you have websites
Sure.
and things like that? So how do we get in contact with
If
you?
they go to matsiko.com or or icnchildren.net, if they sponsor a child, they literally will change that child's life. That's the key. That's why they're here. They've been called the greatest ambassadors for our world's 600 million orphan and at-risk kids. Disneyland called them a world treasure. And we're not asking, support and donation for Matsiko Homes is great. But what we want is to try to get every possible orphan and at-risk child the chance to go to school, to have that equal footing with the most privileged children. If that can happen, we die a happy organization. In fact, our goal is to knock our organization out of business so that these guys can do it. And people like Mirta behind you, she was sponsored at 12 years old. She now graduated from the University of St. Augustine in Arequipa in business administration. And Lawrence is right there. He's in his second year as a petroleum engineer student.
Really?
And the future really is in their hands. We don't need organizations like ours to go into their countries and give them what they already can do. So it's just an opportunity. That's what we're trying to do, is supply them with that opportunity. And then if they can perpetuate that cycle of hope, hopefully, like slavery in the United States, hopefully this too, this plight, will be eliminated. And it's a huge problem, but I believe if we can come together, we can knock that off. And it will also, in turn, eliminate child trafficking. Because child trafficking is the reason, it's from desperate families, desperate children who want to find some kind of hope. And if they can go to school, they won't need to be so desperate to sell their children into child trafficking as well. They will have the chance, they will have the future in their own hands to go to school. That's how important an education is. And these kids know it, I know we know it, and hopefully our country can know it again too.
Thank you, thank you. Alrighty, we thank Don and the kids for coming by, and we will have the contact information at the end of the show. But I think what we'll do now is we'll break and we'll let you see some of the video footage from the conference where the kids were performing. Say bye, kids.
Bye.